Hey everyone, so this feels weird. I haven't filmed in a really long time, so excuse my lack of experience because I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to try to talk without rambling. Anyways, as you can tell, I haven't gained a ton of weight. I'm not a completely different person, but in a way I am. So I'm just going to get right into it. The reason I've been absent from YouTube for so long, if you were friends with me on Facebook, you might have known what was going on, but for the past 2 years, I have been overcoming a serious injury that I mean, I can kind of like smile about it now because, anyway, okay. So, over the past 2 years, I had been pretty much nursing a really, really bad back. And I know people are like, bad back, like, anyways, most people thought it was just a back spasm or a muscle spasm. Maybe I threw my back out. And it all started about 2 years ago in December. So I was working out one day, just like I normally did with a trainer, and I was doing inverted sit-ups. And if you don't know what an inverted sit-up is, it's pretty much when you're on one of those benches and your feet are higher than your head, and it targets a different set of muscles in your abdomen, which is funny. I was working on my abdomen and I hurt my back. Your core is what protects your back, so that's why it's funny. Anyway, I instantly felt something on the third set of sit-ups, and it literally felt like an electric shock went up and down my back. And the trainer said, maybe you pulled something, take it easy. I gave it a few days rest, iced it, and the pain just increased every day. So I talked to my trainer and he said, maybe you should just work it out, keep exercising, and it never got better. So I let a few weeks go by, was nursing the pain with anti-inflammatories, and it just didn't get better. So finally I decided to just take a break from the gym, thought maybe rest was the best thing. And I even thought about seeing a doctor, but I didn't want to jump the gun too early. So finally I just gave it a break. I thought, maybe this is my body saying, maybe it's time to just calm down a little bit. You're not gaining weight, so maybe it's okay to take a rest. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I met someone that I never planned on meeting. I never thought I would meet someone that I really feel like I trust, and I just feel like I can trust him with everything. And he happened to listen to all these symptoms I was having, and he pretty much told me, you need to see a doctor. And it was funny, I had to have someone tell me I need to see a doctor before I actually did. And so I went and saw a doctor, and he told me the same thing. They did an x-ray. He said, you're too young to have back problems. Maybe you should just take, those Medrol packs. Those are for anti-inflammatory. They help reduce the pain, but they didn't work. And he just kept telling me it's probably a back spasm. So I believed the doctor. It's a doctor. You should believe him, right? And then I thought, well, maybe it's just that. It's just a little back spasm. But it never got better. And I decided that maybe it would be better to see another doctor. So I decided to see a doctor through the University of North Carolina, and they looked at my MRI that I had done in Florida, and they could not believe what they were seeing because they said my back looked like an old person's back. I had stenosis, which is a narrowing of the spinal canal where all your nerve endings are. And I had a herniated disc at my L4, L5 that was pinching the nerve root. And if you don't know what the nerve root is if you've ever heard someone say, I have a sciatica pain, or if you had a friend that happened to be pregnant, or someone that just said they had kind of like a radiating pain in their leg, that's sciatica. And the reason you're getting sciatic pain is from the nerve root being pinched in your back. So in our spinal column, there are vertebrae, which are the bones, and then between the vertebrae are discs. And those pretty much absorb all the shock and any trauma that goes on. Say if you're in a car accident, that's why you hear a lot of people, they slipped a disc or they herniated a disc in their car accident. that's what happened to me. I herniated a disc in my L4, L5. That's the lowest disc in your back. And it was causing severe pain in my entire, like, my back really didn't feel like I had a lot of pain in it. It was in my leg, just my right leg. And to the point sometimes I couldn't even shower because I couldn't stand, so I would have to sit. I had to get a chair for the shower. I couldn't shave my legs. Whew, I'm trying not to get upset because, like I said, I can smile about it now, but when it was going on, I was so scared because at the time I was only 27, or actually 26, and I felt like an old person. I felt like I had done all this work. I had lost all this weight. And now I can't appreciate the body that I had worked so hard for. It couldn't work out. And I couldn't work out, which is the main thing that really got me through my weight loss journey, because food was always a battle. I always felt guilty about food, and I had a really, really decepted, like I was completely decepted by what healthy meant, and I thought if I could eat as healthy as possible, I would be happier, and that's really not the case. It's really just feeling healthy and happy within where I'm at now. So that's why I can smile about my back, because after all this pain, and I don't know how I would have gotten through it without my family and without my boyfriend, because he was there every step of the way. I don't think he understands how much I appreciate it, because when you have back pain, no one can understand it except if you've had back pain before. You take for granted what it means to walk and not want to lay in bed all day, and you become depressed because you can't shower, you can't even brush your teeth without being in pain. I couldn't even go to the kitchen and stand at the refrigerator to get food for myself. Making coffee in the morning, and even going on a trip to the grocery store was terrifying, because I had no idea if I was gonna have to leave and upset the people I was with because I couldn't stand walking. So after all said and done, I found a doctor that gave me an epidural injection, and that helped for about a year. I knew from that point that I was gonna have to do something more drastic than the epidural injections, because they weren't helping anymore. And if you've ever heard of it, it's not the same as a woman in labor would get. It's a steroid injection that they put directly into the area where the inflammation is. And it didn't work anymore, so I had to go to a more serious option, which was surgery. And I was terrified. Like I said, I had this pain for 2 years before I even considered surgery. I thought, I'm too young for surgery. I can get over it. I'll go to physical therapy. I'll do the epidural injections. I'll exercise at home as much as I can. But the problem is physical therapy won't work if you're in pain while you're doing it. I couldn't even do the exercises that I was being told to do because of the severe pain. And I just felt like I wasn't myself. No one around me felt like they could even help me because the pain was just so bad. So I did my research, and I found that a lot of people my age had to get this surgery. And what I ended up having to get, I had it about almost a month ago. It'll be 4 weeks on Tuesday. I had a microdiscectomy, which is a removal of the disc that is pushing on the nerve root, and I also had a laminectomy, which is where they pretty much widen the canal where the nerve root is being compressed. And now I have about a 3-inch scar on my back. I have to wear a back brace And the best news I got was last week I get to start physical therapy, and this is probably the longest time I haven't had chronic, debilitating pain where all I want to do is lay in bed. Now, if I sit down for too long, it starts to hurt because I don't have that disc back there anymore, kind of protecting my vertebrae. And even small little bumps in the road will feel a little uncomfortable, but I can walk and I can stand for a long time. I can stand for a long period of time. I still get a little bit of sciatic in my left side, which is weird because I've never had that before, but my doctor said it can happen with, with inflammation. And I don't know, I feel like a different person. That's why I wanted to come back on here and post a video for you guys, because I know you have been curious what's going on in my life and did I gain back all my weight, and you know, just being curious. And I've been curious about all the people I used to watch on YouTube. I'm sorry this video turned into be so long, but I really wanted to give you guys an update and understand that I didn't fall off the wagon or anything like that, but I am extremely grateful for my doctor, who pretty much turned my world around, because now I feel like I can live, you know, I can see a future in my career as a hairstylist. And before that, I didn't. I was really scared that I was going to be living in a wheelchair one day because I just couldn't walk. So thank you for everyone for watching this, and I hope to make another update video. I hope if you've had back surgery and you're watching this that you see or you're thinking of having it, that you see there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's not the same for everyone. Everyone's case is different, but for me, I have a pretty serious messed up back. Even after surgery, it's still pretty but I can finally see positivity in my life again. I hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you all soon.